Hello students, today we will discuss three vectors D, E and P. In the previous lectures we have seen that what is P and E is the electric field and D is the displacement vector. So P is the electric, this is electric polarization vector, and numerically this is equal to the induced charge density, or you can call it bound charge density, okay, or you can write the bound charges or induction of charges occur due to polarization, so you can call it the polarization charge density, and it is found to be equal to vector P and its dot product with unit vector n, where unit vector n, this is a unit vector which is along external electric field E, in which dielectric is placed. Okay, so dielectric polarization happens when, now we will understand it with the help of diagram. Here we have a plus charge on this plate and this positive charge is uniformly distributed over the surface of this plate whose area is A. So there will be a positive charge density on the surface of this plate and this will be plus Q by A. Okay, and on this plate we have a negative charge minus Q, and this is uniformly distributed on this plate. Okay, so here the area again is A, so the negative charge density sigma, surface charge density on this plate, it will be minus Q by A. Okay, let me write it like this: sigma minus and this is sigma plus. And due to these surface charge density, there will be electric field in between this space and its direction will be from positive to negative. So these will be electric field lines, and you can see the electric field lines are straight lines and these are equidistant from each other. So the electric field in this region will be uniform. Okay, so in this case the electric field E, this is uniform. It do not depend upon coordinates and its numerical value is given by sigma by epsilon node, and this sigma is the free charge which is available on the plates. So I can write it free, sigma free. Okay, here I can write it sigma free, this is not bound. Okay, now I make another diagram in which what we will do, we will put a dielectric in this space. Okay, then what will happen, suppose here again we have negative charge on these plates, on this plate positive charge on this plate which is uniformly distributed. Okay, so class, here we have a plate, this is the plate, and here charge plus Q is available which is uniformly distributed on the surface of plate. So here the charge density is positive. Okay, and here at a certain distance, at the same gap, we have another plate which is negatively charged and this is uniformly distributed on the surface of second plate. Okay, and here the charge density is sigma minus. Okay, now we will fill this surface which is in between the plates with dielectric. Okay, and let me show you space here. Okay, so you can see here some of the space in between the plates is filled with a dielectric. Okay, and this material is of dielectric constant K. Okay, this is also known as relative electrical permittivity. So this is epsilon R. Okay, so what will happen now? In this dielectric, the atoms molecules get polarized, and this plate, this surface will become slightly negatively charged due to displacement of negative charge, and this will become slightly positive. Okay, so here you can see this process is known as polarization. The details we have discussed in the previous lecture. Okay, and the direction of polarization is from negative to positive, and this is represented by vector P. Okay, in the previous lecture we have seen that vector P dot unit vector n, this is sigma I, and the sigma I is this which is available on the surface. So this is induced charge, and the charge density of induced charge on the surface, that is sigma I. Okay, and here the charge density is positive. Now if you think of these induced charges, the electric field due to induced charges, that will be along this direction. So this will be E induced. Okay, and these induced charges are bound charges, we have told you, we have discussed. Okay, so this electric field due to induced charges will oppose the electric field lines which are due to these free charges. Okay, so here the electric field is sigma by epsilon node. Okay, and in this space the electric field, this electric field is due to free charges which are available on the plates of a capacitor, and these charges are bound. Okay, so this induced electric field, this is sigma induced divided by epsilon node. So this is how you can find. So the net electric field here will be, net electric field here can be written like the electric field which you can say the reduced. Why? Because this induced electric field will oppose the electric field which was initially present. Okay, so this electric field is E which was in vacuum. Okay, and plus E induced, and this E induced is due to which charges? Induced charges. Okay, so now this E reduced, this is in the dielectric, medium, in the dielectric medium. Okay, or we can write it E in the medium, and this will be E in the vacuum. E in the vacuum. What is the value of E in the vacuum? This is sigma, and this sigma is free charge density divided by epsilon node, and its direction is n cap. Okay, so if you substitute its value here, so then you will get sigma free by epsilon node, and here you will get n cap. Now sigma E induced, this is due to the induced charge density, and the induced charge density is negative, so its direction will be along minus n cap, you can write. Okay, So if you substitute it here, then you can write sigma induced by epsilon node, okay, and then you have n cap. So in this way you can find the value of E in the medium, and the medium is the dielectric medium, and here you will get sigma free minus sigma induced divided by epsilon node along n cap. Okay, so this is the electric field which is in the dielectric medium or reduced electric field. Okay, and if you write it in terms of dielectric constant, then this electric field will be equal to E. This will be equal to E in the vacuum. You can write divided by vector k. So this is how you can adjust these values and this relation. Now you are to find now class we will connect vector D and vector E here, and we will see what is the relation between the induced charge. This is the induced charge, and let this induced charge is Q induced, I will write here, and this charge is Q free, plus Q free and minus Q free. We want to relate these free charges and bound charges. We can do this by using this relation. Okay, so here what is sigma free? Sigma free is free charge by area of the plate, and what is sigma induced? This is the surface charge density, surface charge density of bound charges. So it will be Q bound charges, total Q bound divided by the area of the plate. So I can write here that the sigma free, this is simply sigma which you use here, okay, and this is the free charge, this is the free charge divided by the area. Okay, then you have sigma induced and sigma induced. Okay, so this is the bound charge density, so it is given by the bound charge, okay, Q induced divided by the area of the plate. Okay, and now we will streamline this relation. We will adjust the value of electric field in the dielectric medium, this, and then you will get this relation will become E vacuum, okay, divided by the dielectric constant, and this will be equal to, then you have, you take epsilon node on this side, then we can write it here, okay, and here you have sigma free. So sigma free can be written like Q by A, and then you have minus Q induced by A. And if you substitute the value of E vacuum, and here you see this was the electric field, okay, so here you can write E in vacuum, that is sigma by epsilon node, and if you put its value here and the value of sigma free, then you will get, you have epsilon node, let me write it, then you have sigma by epsilon node, this is the value of E vacuum, then you have K divided by K, okay, and this will be, let us solve this first. You see epsilon node will cancel out, and this sigma is free charge density, which is free charge divided by area of the plate. So I can write this is Q by A, okay, and then you have dielectric constant K. Now we will write this part, this is the charge Q divided by A minus the induced charge by A. So from here you can see how the charges, induced charges and the free charges are related with each other. So class, if you see, you will see A will cancel on both sides, and you are to find the relation of Q induced. So take it on the left hand side and take this factor that side. Okay, then you can take Q common. So Q induced this will be equal to Q minus Q by K, or you can write it, this is the free charge into 1 minus 1 by K. Okay, so this is the amount of induced charge. This is the amount of polarized charge which is available here. Okay, so the extent of polarization depends upon the amount of free charge present on the plates. Okay, one more thing, if we do not have dielectric medium here, then the value of K, this will be equal to 1, and if you write 1 here, then you will see this factor will become equal to 0, and there will be no any induced charge. So one thing is clear here, if we have a dielectric medium whose dielectric constant is greater than 1, then there will be polarization in the medium. Okay, and there will be induced charges. Okay, now we will rearrange this equation, and we will take this factor in the numerator on left hand side. Then you will get epsilon node into EM, E in the medium. Okay, and what you can write this induced charge density? Induced charge density is, I have told you, E induced, this is equal to vector P dot unit vector n. Okay, so if you substitute the value of P here, then you will get, you have here sigma free minus vector P, and if you take vector P on this side, then you can write sigma free, which is the free charge available on the plates divided by area, and this will be equal to epsilon node E of the medium. Okay, and then you take P on this side, so it will be plus of vector P. Okay, so you are to keep in mind, and this sigma free, this will give you vector D. So this is how you can adjust it, and if you write it in vector form, then you can write here vector n, unit vector n. So class, we have seen how the electric field and the displacement vector and the electric polarization vector are related to each other, and if you write the value of, if you compare this D, and if you take this side and you compare the value of D and E, then you will get a relation between vector D and vector E, and here we have seen that vector D, this is equal to sigma free and unit vector n. Okay, and if you write E, vector E, this is sigma free by epsilon node into unit vector n, and if you adjust its value here, then you will find that E in the medium, sigma free unit vector n, this is equal to epsilon node into vector E, and from first equation you see this is vector D. Okay, so I can write this is equal to vector E. Now class, we will see the relation of electric field E, which is in the free space, and electric polarization vector P. So the relation between vector E and electric polarization vector P, that will be, you see from this equation we have from this part, this is, we have the relation vector D, this is equal to epsilon node E of the medium. Okay, this is in the dielectric, and then you have plus vector P. So from here we are to find the relation between E and P. So we will write the value of EM in terms of E and the value of D in terms of E. So from here you have seen vector D can be written like this. So I will write here the value of vector D, that is epsilon node into vector E, which is in the free space. Then we have epsilon node, okay, and then we have EM. So how you can write EM? You see here, this is E in the vacuum divided by K. So E in the vacuum, I have taken it E, or in some books you will find it E node. So don't get confused. So I am writing here, this is E divided by K, and here is a sign of vector, and then we have vector P. So from here, in this way you can find the value of P in terms of E. So if you rearrange this equation, then you will get, from here you will get vector P, this is, take this factor on another side, then you will get epsilon node vector E, and then you have 1 minus 1 by K. Okay, so this is how you can write vector P. Or you can write this equation, if you take LCM of this factor, then you will get E in the air medium, okay, divided by into K minus 1 divided by K, and if you take K here, I am writing it here, then you will get this relation. And what is this? This is the electric field in the medium. So I can write this relation, epsilon node E in the medium of dielectric, and then K minus 1, and this is how you can see the electric field in the medium, the electric field in the air, and the electric polarization vector are related with each other. So these are some of the important formula. Okay, you see here, this electric field E, which is in the air medium, it depends upon the free charge. Okay, and E in the medium, it depends upon the bound charges. Okay, bound charges and the free charges, because here you can see the electric field in the medium, it is function of induced charges and free charges, one thing. And the second thing is this vector D, it depends upon free charges only, and the vector P depends upon the bound charges only, because this is function of induced charge density. Okay.